Smokes, High Infidelity was just on the Rochaus stage for Huntley Fall Fest-Live. Wow, what a great show.
They are amazing.
Aren't they amazing?
They just blew my mind. I've never seen them before, and absolutely. Their vocals, everything, they're just on par, 100%. So, yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
We are with Pino Farina from the Pino Farina Band, and this is going to be a beautiful afternoon of music. I just can't wait. Are you excited?
I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm all the things that it is.
Relax,
all the good
man.
things that
Chill.
come with trying to prepare for one of these kind of situations. So
What
yeah.
have you done to prepare for this situation?
Oh,
what
man.
different?
I don't know. You just wake up with a different mentality, I think. You're just like, okay. I don't know. I think I was just, you're preparing the set list. You're preparing the...
But is it any different?
I mean, there really isn't, but I put so much more weight on it because I know there's like all these lights and smoke and fancy stuff going on.
Full production.
Yeah, so it gets a little more like bigger in my head, of course, and then so I kind of go a little bit. I've been doing the mantra from Bill Murray's "What About Bob," where he's like, "I feel good. I feel great. I feel wonderful." You know that?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm just like all day. My wife's making fun of me. I'm like, I feel good. I feel great. I feel wonderful. And I'm just trying to, just to get to this point because I know I've got Dave from High Infidelity is going to be joining us for a couple tunes.
Doing a couple songs.
Yeah,
with you.
he's going to jump up. So I'm really excited to actually meet him. I haven't met him yet. We're in the same building under the same roof at this point. And
you've done a collab with him.
Yes, too.
Which,
in fact,
holy smokes, both
Yeah.
of them are amazing.
Yeah, thank you for saying so. The whole corn stream and quarantine, everything just like opened up a whole new world of collaborating with different musicians. And, Dave was one of the first ones that reached out or somehow, I don't know how, maybe it was actually you that helped that connection happen, that bridge. Jim Obos is the bridge,
We do shoot High Infidelity quite a bit. Becky usually is with them. I'm with 16 Candles. So
Gotcha.
So we're pandemic friends.
We are. Yeah, that's how we met.
We met in March,
Mm-hmm.
and if no one knows this story, which, worldwide right now, so not many people do, but the first time I saw you, we were at a St. Baldrick's event. You're standing lonely on a stage with 8 people getting their heads shaved, looking like this as you're playing.
It was a little weird, definitely.
It was a little weird,
Yeah.
but then you broke into Blackbird and put me back on my heels. I dropped my camera and went, holy smokes, what is going on this stage?
Yeah, I got a random phone call from Bryant, and he just reached out, and he asked me if I would be a part of it, and I didn't know much about it, St. Baldrick's. I mean, once I found out about it, I was like absolutely so excited to be a part of it all, and such a great cause. But yeah, you're right. When they put me up there was like these chairs. And everyone's just sitting up there getting their head shaved, and I was like, I'm not getting anywhere close to those razors, by the way. I'm not just doing. I'll donate my time and music, but I'm not going to donate my hair to this.
Thank you for that. By the way.
Right. So so that's where we first met, and that's kind of where the relationship started with the Huntley Fall Fest. Kind of started there. So
it's been great. It's been great. So tell us a little bit about Pino Farina Band. You guys have been a band for 10, 12 years?
Well, the Pino Farina Band is kind of newer, maybe like 3 years as far as the name itself, the namesake of like Pino Farina Band. The guys that are in the band, we've been playing together since like 10, 12, 15 years ago.
Right, you had a different name.
Yeah, Punsapaya, and then we were then Dearborn as well. That was another quick minute in our history. We do have an album out on Spotify that people can check out under the name of Dearborn as well. So there's some pretty cool songs on that album that I'm proud of.
You took some time off to be with your family, to raise some kids, and just be part of that. And then you came back in November-ish and wanted to just start this year, and then pandemic
happened. It really opened up. I was so nervous. Number one, if you watch back to the first live stream, I've told some other folks, I just felt like a deer in headlights. I was like, I'd seen Facebook, I'd seen people go Facebook Live, taking hikes or like petting their dogs and they're going live, and I'm just like, what is this? But it just seemed like such a foreign, like scary thing to me as a performer. I don't know why. It was like almost like you have the power to have your own like TV station, you know, and
Right.
anybody who's willing to tune in can then like join you in your world. And so that thought of that just kind of like blew my mind a little bit. And I didn't think I was ready for it, but I had some friends, including Bryant, who were pretty instrumental in like pushing me and being like, yeah, let's do it. Let's just do it. What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen?
And obviously the worst didn't happen
Yeah.
because, in my opinion, you're the king of Facebook Live.
Stop it.
I'm serious. I don't think out of all the artists that we know has done what you've done. You played for 3.5, 4 hours one time on a Sunday night,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. So, well, once I have a little red wine and everyone's hanging out, partying, it is hard to stop. And, you know, listen, if everyone's into it, like it is hard for me to just like do the last song. Okay, this is the last tune. And then everyone's like, well, I'll do one more. I'm like, okay, cool.
And yeah,
and
you're
then
like,
like
"Oh,
an
we'll do
hour
one more."
later, you're just like still streaming. But honestly, I've developed so many amazing connections and relationships, including yourself and so many others, that this without the pandemic, like I would still just be playing, like
I know. I'm
weird.
so like
It's so weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
'Cause it's weird to say we're in this world we're living in, but I'm actually thankful because of our relationship.
Yeah.
Because of the pandemic.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the guys in your band.
Mm-hmm.
You guys write songs together? Do you do?
We do, yeah. We're going to
Yeah.
feature a decent handful of originals tonight, along with a bunch of covers that everyone loves to hear and that I love to sing. We always do, our favorite songs, basically. So, we've all taken part in co-writing or essentially, like I write a lot of all the lyrics and the melody lines, but maybe like Mike will have a guitar riff. Mike Pupko might have a guitar riff that he's started recording, and he'll send me a file. Everything's like electronic files these days,
Right.
even with collaborating with Dave from Hi-Fi or whatever. But so we call them seeds, and so or John Swick will have a bass line, and he'll just kind of record that or with a keyboard line or something, and I can kind of listen to that when I'm driving around in my work truck, going from job to job, and kind of dissect it and try to make sense of it all, and start singing over it, and then sort of mold it into a song. So and some of them become songs before we are even able to play them live. So like we've written and recorded an entire song, verse, chorus, bridge, whatever, completely. It's done. It's like a finished song, and then it's like, okay, now how do we do this live? So then we have to learn it like a cover song almost.
Right.
And try to make it happen in a live setting. And with the pandemic and social distancing, we've had limited access to live rehearsals and stuff too. So a show like this, it's kind of like walking a high wire a little bit. We're just gonna plug in and go.
You're gonna be amazing.
I'm nervous, of course.
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. So what I love about your artistry is no matter if it's a cover song or not, and it's interesting the way you look at it, because I think I've heard you say this a number of times. I play the song like I hear the song, but the way we hear the song out here as a cover isn't the way the song is. What do you say, or what do you think about that when you hear that from a fan?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, hey, I played this cover, and we're like, well, I know it was a cover, but it was yours.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm so truthful when I tell you, I'm hearing, I'll hear the guitar line, the extra guitar line going on in the back. When I'm playing, I'm literally just playing along to the soundtrack of how I hear the song going, and then I'm just, maybe I'll take liberties with a lyric, or not a lyric, but like a melody, or kind of just shape it or go a different direction with it a little bit. But I try to stay true and, clearly respectful of the original artist. But I think I've always found it interesting, kind of the last 10 years that I took off, I would watch, American Idol or The Voice or The X Factor, and you kind of see those versions of songs where people with full production, they'll get up there and they'll do a song like a little bit different way,
Yeah, we call it Pinoizing it.
Pinoizing it, yeah. And that just blows my mind anyways. But even a guy like Jeff Buckley, who I'm like a huge fan of, you hear the artistry in them covering a song, and so it's not something I like set out to do. I just listen, I'm just by myself half the time without the band, and I'm just like, this is how I hear it, so I'm just going to do it this way.
And thank you for hearing it that way, because the way we hear it is we're blown away.
Wow.
I'm pimping you a little bit here, but man, you deserve it.
Thanks,
you're
brother.
an amazing artist.
Cheers.
And then your original songs are just blow people away. I've seen people at shows and they're like, I've never heard this song. Who does this? I'm like, Pino Farina does this.
Yeah.
What? No, I mean, no. Who's the guy that wrote this? Well, Pino wrote this, and they're just blown away because it fits. It fits today.
It's I've been really taken aback by the fact that people are starting to listen a bit more. So I put the Pino Farina album I put out about 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago, when I was just trying to create like a social media presence. Like I was just Pino Farina. Like, what is that? Who is that? What is it?
Just a guy.
Yeah, just some Italian dude living in Huntley. So I just put it out, and honestly, like it was just kind of like not a lot of attention, and which is fine. Like I wasn't planning on changing the world with the release. It was just like, this is who I am. This is what I do. And but lately, with the pandemic and more ears that are interested in what I'm doing, it seems like there's more people listening and asking to do my songs, and I'm just like, that just blows me away.
I love it.
You know what I mean? Like when they're like, "Oh, do this song," I was like, "What? Like you even know that song or what?" It's wild. So
you ask me every time I'm at a show, what do you want to hear?
Mm-hmm.
What do I tell you?
Well, there's a couple.
Don't not.
No, you just say, just be you, just do you. That's what we always say, and
Yeah.
I love you for that. That means a lot to me, and I'm just happy to be on a stage or in a corner at a restaurant or whatever. Like I'm just happy to be like doing what I do, and like if there's people that are responding to it or receiving it in a positive way, if it's changing their day, if it's changing their view on a specific song. Maybe they didn't like a song. I've had people tell me that too. They'll be like, "Oh, like I never liked that song before, and then I heard you do it, and it's like, and it's a song I grew up listening to, or like that I love, and it's like, well, how could you not like that song?" And then they'll be like, "Oh, but after I heard you do it, like they just kind of hear it a different way all of a sudden, and so it kind of just changes their point of view on something."
Yeah,
so,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
What do you want to say to your fans that you've come accustomed to? Number one, number two, your family, including your father and mother, your grandfather.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
and in Italian, if you'd like, because we are worldwide right now.
Well,
We've heard that we're in Germany, Bangladesh,
Wow.
Italy. We're all across right now.
Okay, so
and
no
I
pressure,
keep joking
no
about
pressure.
World Wide Web stuff, but we've heard that from people. So
honestly, I mean, well, what my grandma I think is watching. My dad always requests Imagine, and we've done that several times. But honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart to everyone who's been so warm and receptive to what I do, to what the band with me does and brings to the table, to the Rochaus stage that we're so excited to play tonight. I love my grandma, Nonna, ciao, ti voglio bene assai. There's family, I guess, in Italy that could be watching right now.
Absolutely.
My cousins and uncles and aunts out there. So honestly, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for being a part of all this excitement that we're just feeling quite a bit of a whirlwind about being a part of. And thank you. That's all
Awesome.
I can say. Yeah.
Awesome. Have a kick-ass show.
Yeah.
You're going to
Let's
love
do
the
this.
stage. You're going to love the sound.
I
The
can't
lights
wait.
are going to be amazing.
This place is amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
If you haven't been to the Rochaus in West Dundee, when it makes sense, please come here, because this place is beautiful and there's so much history here, and it is the sound, everything in this place is just amazing. So please come out and check it out sometime when it makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. Huntley Fall Fest. We're with Pino Farina Band coming up next, sponsored by FNBO, First National Bank of Omaha. Sean, again, we miss you. We love you. We wish you were here, but this is all for you too. So I got to kick you out, man. You got to go and
All right,
set
let's
up.
do it.
Your band is probably ready, done and ready, waiting for you going, where's Pino?
Yeah, right?
That artist, what's he doing?
It's always the vocalist. Yeah,
Thank you for being here,
yeah
man.
thanks,
We appreciate
man.
it.
Love you, buddy.
See ya. Back to you, Matt.